the. I think that's
That's
a
how you know
good.
it's a good Godzilla movie.
Yeah, like you don't really necessarily need him on screen like 25/8 to just like be a good ass flick, and that's what I like
It was
about
good.
fucking Monarch, dude. Is like they only show him a handful of times, and like you would think that they would need Godzilla to like really like backpack that show, but the answer is Kurt Russell.
I
Kurt,
mean, Kurt Russell is the answer to just about everything
yeah,
when you really think about it.
and like the last time I saw his son was in 22 Jump Street. And
Wyatt Russell.
yes, and but they play the same character in Monarch from like 60 years apart. And
Have you ever seen Overlord?
I know it. I've like heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
It was supposed to be that like people rumored that it was like that weird, like fucking third dimensional spin-off to Cloverfield when it really wasn't. But it was like Nazi zombies basically.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
it's really good, and he's like the lead in it.
Mako, thank you for the resub. You handsome legend. How the fuck are you? Yeah, no, Overlord. Somebody brought it up last week too. I don't know if it was if it was you or if it was somebody else, but somebody else said Overlord is a must watch. So I gotta check that out.
It's good. It's one of those movies that you never need to watch twice. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I feel
You
you.
can watch it once and you're like, got it,
Yeah,
enjoyed it, we're good.
need it, want it, gotta have it. Tigathy nationwide.
What was? I was waiting for like the the call.
Yeah, it happened fucking 15 minutes ago.
No.
Yeah.
That can't be true.
No, it's.
I would've
Oh,
been
it's
in here.
true.
I
I
told
would have
you.
been in here. I would have been in
Tiggy's
here.
Tiggy's ovulation schedule is on Mountain Time. Tiggy, name the movie.
You're not wrong.
Name
Broke by Mountain.
no, no, but another fantastic film.
Step Brothers.
No, it's Benchwarmers.
I like Benchwarmers too.
Well, Benchwarmers
When Rob
2 or Benchwarmers as well?
Wait, there was a second one.
No, I don't
I
know.
don't think there's a second one. Yeah.
It's when fucking Rob Schneider walks into the house where his wife, who is so much better looking than he is. To be fair, I can relate, but to his
Yeah.
wife that is so much better looking than he is, and she's like, "I'm ovulating. We're trying to have a child here," and he was like, "I thought you ovulate on Mountain Time
Yeah.
because you're from Colorado," and she was like, "What?"
That's unreal.
Classic movie. Thank you, Cole.
What a picture.
Thank you, Q. Quick heads up before any of your birthdays come up. Hide your fucking wish list so Q can't see it on Steam.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Reg. Yeah, preemptively just hide your fucking wish list from Q on Steam. Like, I'd say a month in advance of your birthday.
Okay. I love that. I could do that. Okay, we are tweeted. And we are retweeted. Okay. Let's fucking ride. Let's ride. Not another gaming podcast country. Let's ride. Happy birthday, Bob. Happy birthday, Bob. Guys, I'm fired up. I'm fired up this week. A couple Modelos have been cracked. I don't want to alarm anybody.
Dude, I'm a fucking moron. I Mandela affected myself. I like straight up convinced myself that I had Friday and Monday of this weekend off, like I did last weekend. But in reality, I just took another weekend in February off.
Damn.
I fully convinced myself that I took it off. I have it on my fucking schedule on my fridge. And then I checked my schedule for work and I was like, damn, I'm a fucking moron.
I mean, you've done dumber shit.
I've done so much way dumber shit.
You know. All right.
Wait, give me three dumber things I've done.
That pulled pork sandwich in Montreal.
How was I supposed to? How was anybody supposed to know?
It's just knowledge of self. Letting that comedian sleep on your couch in Chicago.
Not my choice.
So listen, I'm just trying to be your accountability buddy. And let's see.
You refused to see me at PAX last year.
Also, not my choice.
I got John Tom's wish list screenshotted. No escape now. Oh no, you're gonna see all the hentai games that I have on there.
Wait, Q, did you see? I thought I had the fucking censored version of my wish list.
Yeah.
Did you see? Did you see things you weren't supposed to see?
Oh dear. Oh no. All right. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, it is Dr. Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bert. It's his birthday, and we are going to talk all about that, all about our favorite Bob moments. Mine is his whole life. And we're also going to be talking about 9 million more layoffs have hit the gaming industry. We're going to be talking about Pal World and how everybody and their mother wants to see them sued. But I don't, because I think the game's really fucking fun. So all that and more on a very special birthday, Bob's birthday edition of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Let's ride. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy Papa Dom, and most importantly, happy birthday, Dr. Bob. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel
Happy
old.
birthday.
Kid's like 28, but his knees are 300.
Shoot, like he's
It's-
16.
It's yeah, dude. It's my birth the day.
Birthday. How old are you actually?
I don't want to talk about it, dude. I'm old. Let's
Are
just
you,
say I'm
wait,
old.
you're not? Are you 30 now? Is it 30? Is it the big 3-0 or was that last year?
buddy. I'm not talking about it.
Oh shit! Is it big 3-0?
No, but let's not talk about it.
When was Bob born? Because if you're 90, what are you? I don't know. I'll look at it. I'll look at it later. We'll talk about
You
it
don't
offline.
need to.
We'll take it
It's
offline.
not.
But it is Bob's birthday, and he's here with us. Of course, he, normally for when it's my birthday, I just want him to jump out of a cake, but he's here now. Can't jump out of his own cake. Can't surprise himself, so we're here. Yeah, of course. So I mean, I can't do this without my co-host. I'll do the regular intros. The number one Guns Online, the dual player of all time. If I ever was in a situation where I needed trial by combat, but the combat was a video game, or the combat was actually just combat, and maybe Bob's knees were 300 years younger.
Give me a knee brace.
Give him and Bob had two copper
Titanium.
fits. Two copper fits
Titanium.
on it. He had the like the Stone Cold Steve Austin specials, like the massive knee
Yup.
braces on. If there was ever trial by combat and the combat was a video game and the video game was Guns Online the Duel or Gears 2 Wingman, this is exactly who I would fucking pick. A man who is no stranger to a strong opinion, no stranger to a correct prediction, but an absolute stranger to anything anime related, and no stranger to this podcast. Friend of mine, uncle to my son, a great fucking guy, original founding father, OG, and just one of the fucking best guys I know, Dr. Bob. How you doing, Bobby? How you doing?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to think. Have we done the trial by combat? Have we done that as a
Yeah, we did.
topic yet?
We did. It was a while ago, but it was like we never did it with Tiggy. And I
True,
think it
we
was
should.
like if like a devil came down to Georgia situation and like you
Yeah.
had to play a game to save your life, what would it be?
Yeah.
We have done this.
Yeah,
I
but you
think we
weren't.
have.
I think I called it in multiple times. On
I think you
multiple
have.
occurrences.
Yeah, I think you have.
Yeah,
And
but-
you guys did it. Like you guys mentioned, like you had done it before as well.
Yeah, I think we actually have done it a couple of times. I
Yeah.
think Tiggy has also provided the topic.
Yeah.
Um,
My answers may have changed.
yeah,
but-
I'm doing okay, you know. I tricked myself into thinking I had a long weekend this weekend. It's not this weekend, so I do have to work again tomorrow, unfortunately. But I'm gonna take some more fun. I'm gonna use some more of my earned time before I go fully remote in a couple of weeks. You know, I earned it.
Well, yeah. See, there you go. Earned.
See what I
Earned.
did there?
Earned, not given.
You know what we should do as like as a new topic?
Mhm.
Let's do my hot takes.
Whatever you want. It's your birthday.
Well,
You just
it'll
let it
take
go.
5 minutes, like every couple of weeks of just and that a 5 minute segment of me doing a hot take and explaining it.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that now? Do you want me to? Why don't we? Let's do after the weekend recap. We'll get into that, and we can. But get it brewing. Get it steaming. Get it. Put it on the boiler.
I have one.
Put it on the hot plate because, of course, we need to just one more co-host to introduce here today. And I mean, listen, if you hear a bald eagle screaming coming down the lane, you hear fireworks coming, you hear the Hulk Hogan theme song, you hear some Bruce Springsteen when you're just lowly by yourself defending a lane in League of Legends, but all of a sudden you see the Gravedigger with Hulk Hogan on the back playing a guitar with fucking red, white, and blue fireworks coming out of it, and Born in the USA is playing, then you know that you're not dealing with a Silver Surfer. You're dealing with the motherfucking Gold Goblin, Tiggy Nation. How we doing, baby?
Thank you guys. Big ups. And I don't know what it is. I'm just on a high in League of Legends. I don't know why. I don't know how I was chosen by the great T1 himself. But
You're
he
hot,
has
dude.
instilled upon me powers like I've never seen. I played one game yesterday, first game in gold. Shout out gold. Read and weep gold. But I played one game, and on OpGG, it says like what the ranks are and stuff. They were ranked gold 1, we were ranked gold 3. We're playing 2 platinums, and I'm like, this is unreal. And we stuck by it. My bot laner didn't completely lose his mental after I died 3 times in the first 5 minutes. He kept a little composure, and we ended up winning the game 38 minutes later. And Tiggy Nation with an S- in the bot lane.
I mean, listen, I was told not long ago on this podcast that losses didn't matter if you have an S. So, I mean, that's basically a W. And then, I mean, S- in the bot lane, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Basically, I mean, and we got the win. So I'm on 8 straight victories. And also, there's an issue. So I got 35 LP. My LP gains are going higher and higher. The game is tricked into thinking my MMR is very high. They think I'm smurfing on them. And
Damn.
that could potentially be a problem sooner rather than later when we hit a big fucking wall. But until then, we're going to keep punching that wall.
Tiggy, a.k.a. the Gold Goblin, a.k.a. Papa Smurf. He's here just making it happen, dude. That is wild. I mean, listen, the greatest lie the devil ever told was that, he wasn't good at League of Legends. And, here he is now. I mean, you had us rope-a-dope the whole time thinking you were struggling to stay in bronze or, get up to silver. And then next thing you know, you just fly you slingshot right into gold. So...
With a couple of co-hosts like you, I mean, anything's possible.
I just try to provide the gas, and you guys do you get it in your tanks one way or the other, and you do with it what you will. But let's do a little weekend recap, shall we?
Damn, son, where'd you find this? We lit.
Bob, let's start with you because then we'll go to Tiggy, and then we'll come right back around for your hot takes. How was the weekend? What you been up to? What you doing? You playing?
So I did take a long weekend last weekend, and I didn't do anything.
Love that.
And it's the exact weekend I wanted. I slept because literally 2 weeks before that, I was getting up at like 5 o'clock every single day. So I was just lacking sleep, desperately needing a break, and I just slept in. So would sleep until 10, wake up, eat some breakfast, drink a coffee, play Tarkov, and hate myself for 7 hours, 8-9 hours straight. And that was really it. That's all I did. Watched some movies, played Tarkov, played some Baldur's Gate, the usual.
Love that.
And that's what I wanted. And that's exactly, well, that's not what I'm going to do this weekend because I'm going to hang out with my girlfriend this weekend.
Nice.
But she was busy, so I got to sleep in
Love
and
that.
play video games.
Listen, you sleep in, you play some video games, you know, throw in a couple of classic films, you know, treat yourself nice.
Listen. I've seen all the classics, all right?
You know, couple of cinematic masterpieces, couple of Turner classic movies, if you will. And you know, that sounds like a good weekend.
There is nothing left for me to see on Pornhub.
I mean, listen.
Was that not what you were talking about?
Listen, I just know you're a real goon. You're a certified goon, and you know, goons get a goon.
I did watch a movie from 1995 last night called Mosquito.
Now, is this
about
like a real movie?
No, it's a real movie. It's
okay.
a real. I almost did like another like quick Twitter review because for a time there I was doing quick Twitter reviews on shitty old horror movies that I would watch.
Sure.
But last night I was too upset because Twitter, I don't know, Twitter was getting under my skin. It's been getting under my skin, which I'll talk about in my fucking rant. We need someone come up with a title for my rant section. But yeah, I watch it. It's called Mosquito, and it's about an alien spaceship lands somewhere in the woods. Mosquitoes drink the blood and become human-sized mosquitoes and chase down a bunch of rednecks.
I mean, I don't see any problem with that. That sounds like a great film.
It was awful, and I loved it.
That sounds like cinema.
Terrible.
I have not watched any movies lately, but I gotta get on the movies train. I gotta do that. My fucking dad signed up for like an extension on he uses my Amazon Video, and then I got an email saying, "Oh, your MGM Plus free trial is about to expire." This motherfucker signed up for MGM Plus on my Amazon. I'm like, what is going? Like, I was gonna call him, but then he'd be like, "I don't know what I did, kid. I thought I was just watching the movies. I don't know, dude." And also, not for nothing, but he's been watching some R+ rated stuff on Amazon Video.
Oh yeah,
dude. I opened up Amazon Video. The Reacher finale was on Friday. I guess I'll just do this.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, it's so good. The Reacher finale was on there. And there's a movie on the fucking front page called Sex Life, and it's like the thumbnail is like just two people fucking, and I'm like, who else has my Amazon account? My dad. So I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
That's really great, and thank you so much for signing up for the MGM Plus subscription, of which I did not know existed. So I got an email saying your MGM Plus subscription is going to start charging you, $10 a month for the next whatever. So I canceled
he got you the platinum tier subscription, which is $285 a month.
And then he was like, I was telling him about some shows on Apple TV Plus, and he's like, "Oh yeah, kid, let me know, dude. I'll put it. I'll sign up for it." I gave him my Apple ID. That's the only thing with the Apple TV Plus thing is you have your Apple ID, which is tied to a million other things. So it's not as easy as just giving your email. And he signed in to like some random fucking spam website on his like TV browser, and definitely compromised my Apple ID. I'm like, you're not getting shit anymore. So I had to change my password 6 times, put on 2-factor authentication on every device in my house. I'm like, he sent me like a picture from his phone of the TV, and he's like, is this the right website? And it's like, your TV has viruses, click here. And I'm like, dude, oh my God, what is wrong with you? I've been playing a lot of Pal World. Pal World has me by the balls right now. I played a few minutes of Enshrouded. Enshrouded is another like fantasy survival game, but it's actually like there's a very heavy narrative component to it. I haven't been able to play a lot of it, but I did just kind of get like a general feel for it, and it's pretty cool. I love a good fantasy RPG. Also jumped back into Remnant 2, which I haven't finished.
Very good.
Excellent game. That's on Game Pass now, and I realized that the Steam and Xbox versions are crossplay, which is great. So all you have to do is sign into your Epic Games account on Xbox, and you can invite people even if they're playing on Steam, which makes no sense, but it still works. So if you're signed in...
No, that's how it was for the original Remnant.
Yeah. So, because it's available on like the PC Game Pass app, but Steam, like there's no cross save between the two. But even if you're playing on Steam, like I went on and my one of my buddies was on the Xbox Game Pass app, and I invited him through the Epic Game Store, and we could join each other, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah, Remnant 2. And I forgot how like, that game not only is just great, but it looks really good, too. Like, it's just a really great-looking game, super unique design-wise. So I'm looking forward to like, digging more into that this weekend, hopefully. Because I've gotten to the point where, like, with Pal World, and we'll get into it, but, you know, I'm, like, probably, I don't know, I got, like, 20 hours into it, maybe less. But it's definitely hitting a point where I'm, like, plateauing. And I'm like, okay, I gotta, you know, I'm kind of like just going through the motions with it, and I need a little something more to like keep me going. Let's see. Aside from that, what else did we do? I don't think we did anything. I think this weekend was a big like catch up weekend on like tasks and maintenance and shit around the house, and that's really been it. You know, had a couple refreshments. Gonna be making another brisket this weekend. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And Royal Rumble is on Saturday. Excited to watch that. I'll be tapping in. Keep an eye out on Be a Buddy for that. But that's it. That's all for me. Tiggy, what about you? You hit gold. What else did you do?
I hit gold. I got new golf clubs maybe a couple weeks ago. So going on the Not Another Golf podcast, I went golfing Friday.
Nice.
And no mulligans. Took all the penalties. I skipped a couple holes, but I gave myself bogeys, and I shot an 89. So I was very happy with that, especially like first time with the clubs. The iron, I mean, they were just new irons, but everything felt just so smooth and so pure as I hit
Love
them.
that.
So I was very excited for that. So I'm going to golf tomorrow, actually, with, So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Played a lot of league, got gold, watched football, lost all my bets, naturally.
Yep.
And football. And league, and then I played a little bit of Power World yesterday, and I played until 11 p.m., and then I was like, shit, I gotta get off, and I was like, wait, kind of getting that league itch, so I played a game of league as well. But Power World, insanely fun. I know we're probably going to talk a lot about it, but
Yep. We'll get to it.
I think that was I think that was
Beautiful.
that was it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, I could have sworn I did some other shit too, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, well, we'll get to it. But Bob, we're back to you for the what we're gonna call for now the doctor's notes. So what do you have? What do you have on the doctor's notes today?
Okay, if you are one of the people, I have two.
Two doctor's notes.
Yeah, if you are one of the people who are sitting there vehemently protesting a game like Pal World because people are claiming that the company that created it used AI to steal the likeness of Pokemon characters, you need to quite literally go outside and look at nature and see that Pokemon has stolen the likeness of animals.
Did you see that tweet of the somebody was like, "Damn, I can't believe Pokemon stole these designs," and it was like a platypus and another one. Fucking
just fucking dude, like I don't see anybody like when Digimon came out. Did you see people rioting?
No.
I didn't. Listen, I'm going to say this. This isn't a hot take because I've said this before. I prefer Digimon. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give two fucking hoots, okay? I prefer Digimon. Always have, always will. Don't give a fuck. The games, not as good as the Pokemon games, but Pokemon games recently, they're fucking shitting. They're sliding down a fucking shit slide, going right into the shit sewer system because they don't want to release anything new. And guess what? Pal World came out. They have a nice new coat of paint on it. It's a good looking engine. People are enjoying the fucking game. And Nintendo wants to release a game 3 fucking generations old that still looks like a Nintendo DS game that has a buggy fucking mess that runs at 8 frames per second. If you're defending it and you're calling for fucking legal arms, literally, next time you get a boner, I hope you fucking close it in your fridge.
You have to create, and I mean, we'll just roll this into like the Pal World topic because yes, Pal World is out. It's a monster collecting game, but it's also a survival game. And there's been a lot of folks have kind of, I feel like they're kind of writing it off when they call it Pokemon with guns because the mechanics and like the flow of Pokemon is so different than Pal World. It's a completely different fucking game.
Dude,
it has nothing to do with it.
It is 85% Ark.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's a survival game. It's not a monster collecting role playing game. It's a survival game where with like base building and invasions and stuff like that, and you just so happen to collect colorful monsters. But Nintendo and Game Freak have actually issued a statement. I don't know if you saw the Game Freak thing, but so many people
I did.
have been calling for. I don't know what they're calling for, like some sort of intervention on the Pal World front, because people have been accusing them of using AI, accusing them of just straight up stealing Pokemon models from Nintendo and yada yada, to the point where the Pal World developers have released like screenshots of their model platforms and being like, these are completely different. Like we handmade
And let's be very clear. The people who were fucking crawling all over Twitter saying that the like polygons, the diagrams were almost 1-to-1, have come forward and said, actually, we fucked around with the polygons. We stretched everything out to look like it was 1-to-1. Guess what?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. All you're trying to do is push the fucking hate narrative. Just let people enjoy shit. And also, Pokemon fans should want this. That's the biggest thing. They should want this because you would want a competitor to be pushing this type of shit in front of Nintendo's face, so they can actually make a good game for once in the past 5 fucking years.
100%. I mean, competition
If you are a true Pokemon fan, you should be heralding this game as competition.
I can't find the statement now. I'm trying to find the statement from. Oh yeah, here we go. Pokemon Company releases official statement about Pal World. So they said, we've received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024. We have not granted any permission for use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon and its world, and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future. So, because, like Pokemon Twitter, which is different from Nintendo Twitter, which is different from gaming Twitter, it's like a whole different fucking sphere of weirdos. And literally Pokemon Twitter is like going off the walls. Like, and there were even people that, like there were screenshots of like different Twitter accounts that they like fessed up to like stretching out the models and being like, oh yeah, well I actually did that myself. I'm just trying to prove a point. Or whatever, and people have been like, wow, this is disgusting that AI is, it's so undetectable that people are just going to flock to a game like this. And there's no proof that AI was used in this game.
Let's be real. Allen Iverson would never do that, okay?
Allen Iverson, probably isn't working on a game like this, to be honest with you.
No.
It's NBA Ballers 4 is the which I would welcome with open arms, because the original NBA Ballers was great.
What he would do is, step over these pals as I just smack him in the face with a light machine gun, though.
Mm-hmm. Have you unlocked any guns in Pal World, Tiggy? What's your experience in Pal World, Ben?
Pal World, so I only played yesterday for maybe, 2-3 hours maybe. I think I got to level 10 or something like that. I didn't have any guns, but I saw in the technology you can get, like, guns for certain pals.
Yeah.
And somebody had the Fire Fox.
Yeah.
Like flamethrower attachment.
Yeah.
It was, it was just crazy. I mean, they're literally holding the PAL, it looks like Tony Montoya with the freaking whatever, the flamethrower. I don't know. It was sick. It was really cool. So.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what I was making when I made that. It was like, make this saddle for this Firefox Pokemon, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then it's like, oh, now you can hold down X, and you pick it up. You literally pick up the Firefox like this, and it's like, it's great. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. My biggest gripe with the game is that like when you die and you like lose all your shit, then you have to go back. But like the fast traveling and like the traversal mechanics are not really all 100% there yet. So it just makes it more. I don't mind that is what it is, but I just hate that it's such a process to get back to where you were. So apparently you can shut that off, and I shut that off. I shut off the drop item penalty. Fuck that shit. I'm fine with dying, whatever. If I die, I die. But, like, no. It's just, like, I've spent so much unnecessary time. Because the game spikes between having these like 1 to 5 level pals, and then all of a sudden there's like a group of like level 22s that are just walking around waiting to smoke you. So, and I haven't played any multiplayer yet, but I would like to, and I've definitely hit a point where I'm kind of like coasting in the game. Bob, have you played it at all, or are you just kind of like seeing some footage?
No.
Or
I haven't, and I've had a couple of friends ask if I wanted to play it, and so there's 2 points to why I'm not playing it. One, I'm too fully engrossed in Tarkov right now.
Makes sense.
The game has a fucking firm grasp around my throat.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's always the same like formula for these super early access games that come out like this. The survival ones specifically, they're always the same. Open world seems like a little too open. Like there's not enough shit going on.
That's exactly
in
what
the
it
open
is.
world.
Yeah.
And then, in the span of 2 weekends, if you play with your friends over the weekend, 2 fucking weekends in a row, you do everything that there is to do for the most part. You build your base, you collect whatever you need to collect, you go do whatever the fucking dungeons are that are around. And then it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Sons of the Forest. When I was playing Sons of the Forest with my cousin,
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
it was the same thing. Like over the span of like a week and a half, we did everything, and that game was in early access. We found everything. We went everywhere. We did everything we could. Like maybe in a fucking 0.3 update, I'll try it out when there's actually more shit to do.
Yeah.
But for right now, I don't want to invest myself into a game that I know I'm going to get to the end, basically to the end of.
Yeah.
And when it's supposed to be one of those like limitless fucking endless type of games.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I feel where I am right now, which is like I have like my whole base is like on autopilot because like the pals work for you and they create resources. Like I have an unlimited like perpetual motion device of resources that are coming out. I almost have too much, and then you have to refine them, but I don't have enough time to fucking refine all these things. So, I mean, the most exciting part of the game is like discovering new pals, just like in Pokemon, because like, but the thing is with Pal World is like you haven't seen these people, you haven't seen these guys before. They're new creatures, they're new, new ideas. Some of the designs are derivative and they do remind you of Pokemon or Digimon or whatever, but like they're still cute. They're still like awesome looking. There's like a cool bird that's like fucking 6 times taller than you. I think the sense of scale is really interesting because they have some that are really, really big for no reason. And just like the way the combat is, the way the NPCs are, but yeah, there's really no like consistent narrative while you're playing the game. It gives you like some tutorial quests, but once you finish those, it doesn't tell you what to do. It's just like you go keep doing what you're doing. Like once you beat the first boss in the game, like it's like I think there's 5 major bosses. It's like just go do whatever. So I hope that they kind of implement a little bit more like narrative type stuff, at least just to give you some breadcrumbs to whatever the next thing is. Because honestly, like I wander out, I find a fast travel point, I go back. And then I wander a little bit further, I find a fast travel point and I go back. Or I get smoked and I have to like stop and start again. So that gets a little annoying and kind of like I just don't know where I'm going. And also there are pals that are supposed to like make you faster, or like I just crafted an item for the bird one that I can fly on his back. But the stamina bar is so fucking low that you can't really like go anywhere with them. It's like just like having like the glider in Breath of the Wild. So I got to figure out how to improve that, but it's a cool game. There's a lot of great ideas. I mean, it definitely is like the hot thing right now. It went viral. People are buying it up left and right. Being on Game Pass is probably fucking doing wonders for it. It is doing insane numbers on Game Pass.
Yeah, but it already sold like what 8 million copies on fucking
its
Steam.
Own. On its own. And then it was like the number 1 played game on Xbox in the last week. Everybody's talking about it. I mean,
it surpassed fucking Baldur's Gate.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, great for that developer. I mean, they're probably making money hand over fist right now. I hope that they like double the team size and just really keep putting stuff into it, because I think Pokemon does need competition. I love to see this stuff, and hopefully this makes. I really hope that like there isn't like some lawsuit that comes out with it or whatever. But this game.
So they've already taken down the mod, the Pokemon mod for it.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because there's been a Pokemon mod in Arc for fucking 6 years.
Has there really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, I don't. It's like they're sniping at the only. They think that Pal World is the only competition they have, when in reality, anything on Steam can be their competition. Like,
right.
Yeah. Why? I heard the Pokemon mod got cut down because it was behind a paywall of some Patreon service or something like that.
possibly.
You had to sub to it to get like the download file for it or something like that. So I think that's why I saw reports of like that's why they took action.
That also could be against Steam TOS. I don't know 100%, but it could be.
That makes sense. I can hear that. What was I going to say? But yeah, I mean, like, I really think that, like, if there was any ground to stand on here, or if there really was any valid concern for a copyright infringement, this game would have been shut down 5 years ago. It got announced, like, in, like, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this got announced pre-COVID. There have been clips circulating.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, pre-COVID. There have been clips circulating about this game for a half a decade now, and if this really was something that was that egregiously, like, similar to Pokemon, they would have shut it down already. It wouldn't have even come out.
True. Real quick, I have to go take a poop. You guys got this, and then by the time I get back, I'm gonna have my hot take number 2. I'm gonna go drop my hot take number 1.5 right now, but when I come back, I'll have hot take number 2. Okay?
Perfect.
Nice.
Sounds good. Tiggy, you want to talk about some CDL predictions while Bob does this?
So the issue with the CDL predictions is there are no lines out currently for tomorrow's games.
Okay.
I've been checking constantly.
How about LCS predictions? Anything?
But speaking of LCS, transition. The LCS is back for week 2 of the play-ins. I say play-ins, but it's just the season. And we're going to be looking at game number 3 for Saturday. That is FlyQuest against Team Liquid.
Big. 2
very solid jerseys, 2 very solid teams. But one stands out among the rest. Consider they're at even odds at both -115. So we're going to be slamming the soon-to-be Titans of the LCS. FlyQuest.
Big time.
Absolutely slamming them. They looked phenomenal the first week. And I just think the team is synergizing well. Team Liquid, I don't think has it all there. They won 1 weak game. They lost the only decent competition game.
Yep.
APA does not look good in the mid lane. He looks like he's in World's form where he's just solo dying left and right.
Yep.
So I think they're going to have struggle against FlyQuest, who seems to be kind of like a dark horse for a chance to lead the league.
Yeah. Nope, I totally get that. I'm right there with you. Masu on FlyQuest, bot laner, just going absolutely ham last weekend. So, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what happens this weekend. I mean, and Liquid is like a marquee matchup. It's a big name. It's a brand name. It's a household name. FlyQuest obviously is always going to be the underdog. They're always going to be a little bit of an unsung hero. But yeah, big heavyweight jersey matchup too. That's a big one.
Massive. I actually made a video of a jersey tier list I need to throw out there. I can't put it all on the website, so I'm just gonna have to like release it on Twitter and then put it back in the blog.
You should have just did it live on here.
Yeah, I do have it. Yeah, I could. Should we just do the jersey tier list right now?
Well, you could send me. I mean, you could send me the image and we could go through it, or you could like, I guess, share your screen or something. Or
I can do that.
Why don't we do it next week and we can prepare for it?
Okay, we're gonna prepare for the. Yeah.
We can prepare for it. I can like have it on my screen, and we'll just be like, boom, LCS jersey tier list.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
I like that.
Any other key matchups this weekend that you like or that you're monitoring? Because I know we got Immortals Liquid. We have 100 Thieves NRG, 100 Thieves or NRG FlyQuest as well. NRG FlyQuest is gonna be good too. The defending world's not champions, but
world's top 8.
Defending world's top 8.
Yeah.
Best region in the West.
I think FlyQuest looks really good, depending how they play Saturday. NRG, I think, might get upset by 100 Thieves. Honestly, I think 100 Thieves is a solid middle of the pack team where they kind of upset. I forget who they played first. Did they play Liquid? I think they played Liquid first game and they won.
Really?
and everyone was super shocked. So that's how Liquid got their one loss. They lost to 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves played all right. I think Quid played decent in the mid lane, and they just kind of stunned them, and they didn't play terrible. Sniper got his Riven pick, and that's one thing I guess you don't want to do against snipers, let them get Riven. So if 100 Thieves can get the picks they want, I think they can beat NRG or give them a game. I also think Dignitas has a slight chance against Cloud9.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah. Dignitas, I think they have all imported team from Korea or China, or maybe a mix of both or something like that. I don't know. They have all imported team though, and naturally, usually that doesn't work out too well. But I don't know what they're playing very well, and I can see them taking down some of the top teams. I would consider them a top 4 team up there. Honestly, I would put Liquid at 5, Dignitas at 4, maybe NRG at 3 right now, and then like Cloud9 and FlyQuest at A1, A2.
I mean, I think you've heard it here first. I mean, obviously Cloud9's Cloud9, but I think it's FlyQuest, yeah.
I agree. I want to see those jerseys holding trophies.
100%. And not just one.
Not just
Multiple.
one.
Multiple. I need multiple handles. Everybody knows that the better a trophy is only as good as how many handles it has. Everybody knows that.
I agree, but, except for the Stanley Cup, which has 0. But
that's right. But
you got a big cup, you can get your hands in.
That's right. You can get your hands on it. Your hands are the handles. You know what I mean? But if we're talking like international soccer, for example, like 4, 3, those are big handle numbers. 0, get the fuck out of here with that. Throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
Use that for my morning cereal. So I mean, looking forward to FlyQuest winning Worlds. That's going to be huge. Really, really looking forward to that. We got a long year ahead of us. We got a couple more splits obviously ahead. I mean, the year is just starting off, but it's cool to just see the LCS firing on all cylinders. I like the flow of the games. I thought the games were just like bang, bang, bang. We had like nonstop action, which I really liked. I mean, they had the commentary stuff was still really good, before and after. But like going from one game to another was just like clean, crisp, beautiful, wonderful, refreshing.
Yeah. Just like Dr. Bob walking in. But yeah, I was super impressed. I was surprised the viewership was down a little bit compared to last year. But I think it could be just the hype that some matchups brought in last year in the middle of the week. So we'll see. Hopefully week 2's better because it's just on the weekends. Really would think weekends would trump the weekday. So I'm hoping this week will solidify that the weekend was the correct choice.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Guys, Bob, entire apartment stinks. What's up?
That is horrifying.
Yep.
But let's hear that hot take number 2. I'm going to refill my beverage. I'll be right back, but I'm listening. So you hot take number 2.
I needed you to be here for like a quick reaction too.
All right, say something else then.
Fine. Sorry, Tiki. What were you guys just talking about that I missed?
We were talking a little LCS. Couldn't do any Call of Duty picks because Call of Duty doesn't have any lines for tomorrow. Naturally, even though the games are all over and the matches are set. But we were just talking a little LCS. We were talking jerseys. Next week, we're going to do a jersey tier list of the LCS jerseys.
Ooh, okay.
So we got some real crispy ones, Cloud9, FlyQuest is always very unique. Team Liquid, NRG. We got some household names there. New team Spotify Rebellion coming in. Nope, I said Spotify. Shopify. Same difference. Doesn't really
I like
matter.
that. I like that. Oh, I wonder if there's like a good one for like Counter-Strike teams.
Ooh. There's probably it's on like that tier maker site or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw someone tweet a link, so I just grabbed that link. But I'm sure they have it for Counter-Strike too. We could do that one time too.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Liquid has always had the best jerseys in Counter-Strike. So.
Yeah. I mean, I still remember when they had like the Marvel. I mean, I got the freaking Captain America in there, and teams actually wore those, and I was like, that is so sick.
FaZe has had some good ones too, but I think level of swag, it goes to Liquid overall.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just think they just had a Star Wars collab like a month or two ago, and you can get like this Wookiee zip up jacket. I'm like, that looks sick. Like you look like Chewbacca. It's incredible.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So This one fucking aggravated me today. I tweeted it maybe like 15 minutes before the podcast. Also, did you guys see the TikTok I sent you?
No, but I can watch it really quick.
Yeah, please watch it. So they're gonna watch the TikTok I sent them while I was taking a poop break. That's what I do when I'm taking a poop.
That's pretty
So
solid.
good.
For I mean, you guys couldn't see it anyway, but for audio listeners, it's a clip from a female-led podcast where it goes where there's a sentence clipped very short of the podcaster saying, "Don't talk to girls," and then it slam cuts into someone going, "All right," and it's just their fucking palette or their warrior spinning in circles and WoW. Classic. Anyway, so this really fucking pissed me off today, and I tweeted it probably 15 minutes before we went live. If you are on social media right now and you're trying to leverage video game industry layoffs as a fucking topic for console wars, you actually, I'm trying not to be as fucking mean as I could be, but you actually need to like grow the fuck up. You need to get off of social media for 10 fucking minutes. You need to just like, it's the same circumstance of like somebody who runs their mouth too much and has never been punched in the face before. Just stop. Just fucking stop. I've seen it a handful of times already today after the Xbox layoffs. Like, fucking chill. People are losing their jobs and their careers right now. If you're going to try to make this a fucking console war thing, you need to grow the fuck up.
So basically what happened, Microsoft fired some employees, and then people were like, this is why PlayStation's better. People are saying
You're
that
muted,
shit.
by the way.
I was saying that's a great segue.
There's more. There's more to it. People are like,
Okay.
it's people just arguing semantic fucking bullshit of like, Sony did it. This when nobody was this upset when Sony was doing this shit. Like, dude,
Shut up,
like,
dude.
grow up. People are losing their jobs.
Right. People
Like,
like
it's unfortunate.
2,000 people. Not
It's
just,
unfortunate when trillion-dollar companies are doing this, but in the real world, when mergers like that shit happen, there's always fucking some form of consolidation.
yeah,
Like that is the real world.
right.
This is people's actual jobs, the real world. It's being affected by this shit. You sitting on fucking Twitter, just thumbing away at your fucking phone, you are not in the real world alongside them. You're not some fucking white knight. You're not defending these people. You're not pulling up the fucking Xbox or Sony banner to go to fucking war. These are people's lives. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, it just disgusts me that this is like where we're at in life, where like everything. I mean, even with Pal World, that was a big thing that people were like, "Oh, well, people are only trying to like come after Pal World because it's an Xbox game." It's like, well, no, it's just because these fans are psychopaths, and that's really why. But like, and even like I saw like a couple of accounts with like Sony logos and the banners being like, "Yeah, sue them. They just fuck this game." It's like, dude, just don't be salty because you don't have this on your platform. I mean, it's people's brains are just in pretzels 100%.
It doesn't make any sense. They don't have Pokemon on their platform. What the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what do you give a shit? Why do you care?
it's just insane to me. I mean, I don't know. It just, but yeah, I mean, in case you haven't seen it, Microsoft laid off 1,900 employees. Those are mostly from the Xbox gaming division, which, and especially from Activision Blizzard and Bethesda and ZeniMax Online Studios. Just a rough day. The gaming industry layoffs already in January have eclipsed 50% of last year's total layoffs, which is insane. And granted, I mean, that's because these Microsoft layoffs are like to an unprecedented degree. They laid off, I think, 10% of the workforce under Xbox Game Studios, or under the Xbox gaming division, which is actually kind of staggering because it's insane to think that the division is that big still. That there was 20,000 people working for Xbox Game Studios or whatever. But just a really tough situation all around. there's a great breakdown that Marco wrote on wickedgoodgaming.com. Make sure you go check that out. But all in all, just a horrendous situation. And it's tough to tell what it is. Honestly, it feels bad just to even speculate about it. It doesn't even feel right to like speculate. I mean, you could say, maybe people overhired during COVID or Bovid, sorry, and they like are now getting to the point where they're like water's finding its level and they need to right size or whatever. But like the fact of the matter is that the industry is just.
How does that even come into play for Microsoft? It's not like Microsoft
I have no idea.
Launched.
Right.
in fucking 2019.
Right. I mean, I have no clue, and that's the thing is like, how can you even speculate about it? Because there's just no sensible answer. The industry is just extremely volatile right now, and companies are focused on the bottom line, and that's really it. I mean, Microsoft is sitting on a war chest of beloved IPs and is doing nothing with the majority of them, and I'm sure it's just like teams are going to be like, hey, what's your monetization plan? All right, we don't have one. See you later. I don't know. It's just, Marco was just saying I have friends in game dev school sweating right now, and friends in game dev programs counting their days.
No. What they need to do is they need to focus on the indie scene.
You need to switch
or
majors.
No. If it's something you're passionate about, don't. Pursue it. Like, literally, like, continue to pursue it. But you can't rely on fucking AAA publishers and huge names in the industry. You have to follow the fucking indie scene. Like, dude,
yeah, I think at that point you definitely by all means do that, but have a fallback plan. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket for sure. That's more so what I mean.
Dude, I just watched the fucking Donkey video for the Big Mode Jam, which was 500 games were made by like smaller single team developers just putting out a product so Donkey can see it and play it for Big Mode. Like, that's the type of shit that people should be getting into when you're in school for this shit. You should be getting into game jams. You should be trying to put your name out there, just getting the reps to try to like put a game together, put it in front of somebody, get feedback, and go from there. And then you make those connections that way. Like, you cannot rely on fucking massive $1 trillion companies to fucking bail you out. A lot of the times you gotta build your own shit.
Right.
So I think if you're gonna follow that suit, you gotta follow the indie scene.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Which is also vehemently volatile too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just think that putting all your eggs in one basket is a horrible thing, and I think that like I said before, I would follow a degree that gives you like the general skills that you need to make an impact in whatever industry it is that you're passionate about. Whether it's esports or gaming, like, coding, broadcasting, broadcast journalism, stuff like that. But like, I just feel like the industry is so young that like a program that is an esports focused one is, maybe there's not enough wisdom there to, help you keep a job or whatever. But I don't know. Tiggy, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if anyone's in like esports programs or anything like that, I mean, I think, and just, game development, stuff like that, I think it's all about like managing expectations with what you kind of were saying, I mean, maybe have a fallback plan or just, completely do what you want to do, but you also have to realize that, opportunities are kind of shrinking here. So you might have to pivot and do something else, or, it might just be a passion project for a minute. So, I think that's just general advice for life, just managing expectations in that realm. But I mean, obviously it's terrible to see so many people lose their jobs. I mean, we saw Microsoft, so was it today or yesterday? Riot was earlier in the week, where Riot is just absolutely massive that it almost seems like Riot is like on its own mountaintop in terms of like how much good stuff they put out. But the fact that they had to like skim 11%, and they took a lot away from the Riot Forge was like all the mini game kind of with like Song of Nunu, and I know there's one coming out soon, I'm pretty sure, from Riot Forge actually.
Yeah, they came forward and declared that they were just going to stop producing those side projects, which people love. Granted, like, you're not going to have the same fucking success that you do as League, but like, if they come forward and say they're not going to do the MMO, I'm out. I'm out on Riot.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I mean that would be insane.
I don't think they'd do that with the MMO.
The
They
MMO
still
would
said
be
they're going to
too
continue
like
with.
monetizable.
Yeah.
And you would think that
Yeah.
like with the money that like League and TFT and like Valorant makes, that you would be able to like do these little passion projects and like have these more like fan focused projects where it's like we know that these aren't necessarily going to have the like the ROI that League or Valorant or TFT will, but you know, it's like when like a big director or whatever makes a movie where it's like I'll make one for me and then I make one for the studio. Like you have one passion project and then you have one that's gonna like make the money to fuel the next passion project. And like I think that's what the Riot Forge games really came down to, which is like we really want to flesh out this world in a way that like has some new like creative headings toward it. And yeah, it's just a really terrible look. I completely forgot all about the Riot shit today. I was like went into this week thinking like, oh, we'll talk about Riot because Riot obviously has the layoffs and that's like the second or third round of layoffs in the last like year and a half with them. And then Microsoft happened and my brain just went whoosh, it just completely wiped it because of all the shit going on. So just a mess. Just a mess.
Yeah, terribly sad to see. They did release stats on the concurrent viewers or the concurrent like players for those Riot Forge games, and I think the top one had at one time like the most viewers or the most players was like 1,100, and obviously it's never going to be as much as like League of Legends or something like that, but I think seeing the numbers of people who like actually ended up playing those games was pretty saddening to see from their end, and it's like holy crap, like they're probably looking at the payroll and how much money they're like divested in those programs and stuff, and it's just like
I mean those aren't like MMOs or survival games
Right, exactly.
or live service. Like they're single player games that you are gonna like play through the story once and then quit. Dude,
it's like that fucking tweet from God, I can't even remember who it was that tweeted it. Some fucking shithead on Twitter, where they tweeted like 2 months after Elden Ring came out, and they were like, Elden Ring player base has dropped by 60%. People beat the game, you fucking moron.
Right.
Like, what the fuck do you expect?
Oh my god, people are just idiots.
Okay, sorry, before you go into, I think you were going to say voicemails, but before you go into this, I think Riot may have gone into these with the expectation that, like, they could find another TFT in, like, the mound of things that they released. Like, TFT was not supposed to be a huge League of Legends spinoff, but it is. TFT is massive for the type of game that it is.
Right.
That being said, it's a multiplayer competitive game with a solid, loyal viewership on Twitch, like a competitive scene. There's a professional scene for it. Like you can't have similar expectations to single player games for that. And I think that might be like a kind of on the side there next to it. Like maybe we're going to strike gold somewhere and fucking win a game of the year or some shit with something we release. And they just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a disingenuous effort after they go and like lay off everybody. Like you say, like, oh, we want to do these like games for the fans because they love the world that we've built, and we want to give them more context. And it wasn't too long ago that we were talking about these games being like feeder stories into the larger world for when the MMO comes out, so that people can be more acquainted with it. But now it's just like, all right, well, they aren't making enough. They're not making us enough money. Bye.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But let's listen to some voicemail, shall we? 617-701-7678, the WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. Leave us a voicemail and we will listen to it and react to it live on the show. We have one and only caller. What do you got?
Hey boys, Coleman here. I would just like to wish Dr. Bob the happiest of birthdays. I hope you had an absolutely great day today. I hope everything went well. You deserve it for your birthday, bud. leave you guys a question that is definitely Bob themed and no one else. But you guys feel free to chime in. Dom, I know you play these games a little bit. Takey, I don't know enough about you to know if you do or not. But what was your favorite Soulsborne series boss fight? And I'm talking like, when I say Soulsborne, not like a clone. I'm talking like the actual Souls game. Mine would have to be from Bloodborne, either the Orphan of Kos or Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower were probably two of my absolute favorite soundtrack fights and just favorite fights in general. So I hope you guys have an absolutely great week. Again, Bob, happy birthday. Wish you the best, bud. Love you guys as always.
Great question. Great question. Thank you. I worked late today, so yeah. What a birthday, huh? Guys, what was your favorite boss fight from the Souls series?
Tiggy?
So, you might be surprised, but I've never played a Souls game. But back in the day, I did play Lord of the Rings 2 Towers, and I couldn't beat I couldn't beat the dragon, and I Googled it, and Calagon.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat that level. I was hiding in the shadows, and I kept getting seen and massacred. So I would say that would be my toughest boss battle.
Totally.
Yeah, Souls-like game.
100%.
Yeah, close enough. Definitely right there, Dom.
Okay,
actually,
so
Dom, you played Elden Ring. Like, you have to have some.
I don't really remember. I didn't play enough of Elden Ring to really get enough of it. Could I give you a Remnant 2 boss?
Sure. It's a Souls clone.
So yeah, Souls clone, Souls-like, the Labyrinth boss in Remnant 2 that with the big square that like rolls around and you have to like shoot this. You have to shoot the spots on it. Mm-hmm. Amazing puzzle, amazing boss. Really, really cool stuff. So that was my favorite. But I know that you have a very in-depth answer for this, Bob. So we'll give you the majority of the airtime on this.
Directly from Soulsborne, I'm gonna say Lady Maria and Orphan of Kos are fucking fantastic. Gehrman, also in Bloodborne, is fantastic. I think a very slept-on and underrated boss from Bloodborne is Murgo's Wet Nurse.
Okay.
Listen, Bloodborne is everything is disgusting and gross in Bloodborne, especially the boss names and boss visuals. So Murgo's Wet Nurse, I think, is very underrated. But I think it's probably a tie between Ornstein and Smough from Dark Souls 1, which is just like the perfection of a gank boss, which just means a 2v1 boss. So like 2 bosses versus me, the player. I think the first time I ran into that, I was like, holy shit, how the fuck am I ever going to figure this out? And then you realize Ornstein has, he's speedy. He can fly around the arena. Smough is big, fat, and slow. So you want to focus one at a time, but then once you kill one of them, there's like this is not spoilers. The game's been out for 20 fucking years at this point. Once you kill one of them, there's like the midway point in the phase 2, where whichever one survived takes the powers of the one that died. And I think it's just like a perfectly crafted boss fight, perfectly crafted gank boss. But then I also have it tied with Slave Knight Gale and the Soul of Cinder from Dark Souls 3. So 3-way tie. Sorry, I can't. I
like
these
it.
games too
These
much.
are all things that I need to look into. Apparently,
Soul of Cinder and Slave Knight. So Soul of Cinder is like it's the final boss in the main Dark Souls franchise, where it's Dark Souls 3 before the DLC's released. Soul of Cinder is the whole 3 games coming to a closure, supposed to be coming to a closure. And it's just like you see the Soul of Cinder takes out fighting forms from other bosses that you fought throughout the 3 fucking game franchise, and it's fucking gorgeous. Like the backdrop is gorgeous, the arena is fucking beautiful. And then Slave Knight Gale is like actually the closure of the entirety of the 3 game franchise. Word. And it is absolutely magnificent.
Word.
So good. Franchise is so fucking good. I got my buddy Eric Dark Souls 1 for Christmas because he's wanted to play it very badly. He's enjoying it.
Love it. Word. Coleman, thank you for the voicemail. Everybody else, thank you for leaving them. Let's land the train. Nothing really from me. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Big shout out to all the resubs. Big shout out to Bob. Happy birthday. Smooches on foreheads. Tiggy, what do you got?
Just very happy to be here. Happy birthday, Bob. Let me be the first person to wish you a happy 27th birthday. Very excited for you in the coming years. And just gonna golf tomorrow. Very excited.
Nice.
Probably play some League, and probably just blog it up. I'm on a blog war right now with Marco and Dom right now, so just blogging away. So
coming out shooting tomorrow. I don't have a lot on my calendar tomorrow. I'm coming out shooting.
There we go. Love you guys.
Bob.
Shout out to Q for getting me Temtem, which also is being sued, unfortunately, by Nintendo.
No.
Who would have thought, another Ketchum game is being sued by Nintendo too.
All
Just
the best games are.
Yeah, Digimon getting fucking sued by them. Cassette Beast getting sued by them.
Is Digimon getting sued by them?
No, nobody but Palworld. And Palworld,
okay.
I don't even think is going to get sued.
Temtem is supposed to be really. Temtem was supposed to be really good. I'll play Temtem with you.
I told Q, I was like, dude, don't get me anything. I'm in Tarkov. It's Tarkov season. Like, don't get me anything. I have Tarkov, and then I have 300 fucking games in my backlog.
Yeah.
And Q was like, haha, I have access to your wish list. And I said, buddy, I'll fucking private that shit right now. And he goes, too late. Fucking little Scottish little imp. Thank you, though. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I tried telling him, all I need is your friendship. That's it.
That's right.
I don't need you to get me anything.
That's right.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for giving me a nice little happy birthday episode. Shout out to everybody in chat for giving me a nice little happy birthday episode. Yeah, I think that's probably it.
All right. Well, that's it. This has been episode of whatever the fuck episode it is of Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's Bob's birthday. That's all that matters. So it's episode 27 because that's how old he is. So we love you so much, and we'll see you next week.